This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP. The last class we discussed about so what exactly the ALV reporting, and yesterday we have seen so what are the steps to build an ALV reporting. Okay, so most of the times we use in the real time the ALV reports, not the normal reports. The ALV reports, so ALV stands for ABAP List Viewer, and with this we can achieve a lot of functionalities like it will increase the performance directly without doing any loop, without write statement. We are going to output the data, and also we can do the sort, and also we can download the data into the Excel file, and the aggregations we can do the sum, and also we can do the find, and also look and feel also very good compared to the normal reporting. So in the ALV we have two types uh, kind of outputting. One is listed display, another one is the grid display. So we have seen the list and grid display, and also so the steps are you need to make a final output, final internal table for the output. Then we have to build in a field catalog. This is very important if you want to build an ALV. So with reference to this structure, we need to build an internal table. We need to build in a work area, and we need to pass the fields. What is the column position? What is the field? And what is the field description? If you want to see, you need to go to the structure, double click on the structure. You are going to see all the fields which are available in the field catalog. So that's an three steps, and the first step, the function model is the reuse ALV list display, and normally we don't much use. We are going to use reuse ALV grid display, which will give more look and feel than the reuse underscore ALV underscore list display. And guys, so whenever you run the program in background, normally the list display will be printed, not the grid display. So we can run the programs in background mode, guys. As a user. So yesterday, what is the program? Oh, it's mapping. Okay, no problem. I can find out easily. C10 display, and if you go to the transport or the ALV reports, here we can see saving the function model programs. So we are saving functions, programs under the transport list. So this is the report which we have done yesterday. Execute and take the variant. Sometimes, guys, so there are two types of executing. One is the foreground execution. The second one is the background execution. If I execute, a user executes directly the program, it's in a foreground or dialog execution. See, I am executing this report. I am going to display the output. See, this is my foreground execution. This is, and sometimes, guys, if there is a huge data, this report is going to be executed for 1 hour. Let's take an example. Okay, I have here I have very less data, 1,000 records. Suppose I have lakhs of records. So if it is in a lakhs of records, so if you execute this, it will do like this. So it will take almost 1 hour. So if that is the case, no user is no user will have any patience to wait until the 1 hour. That's the first point. The second point is your execution time we set in the SAP. There is a time limit, almost 200 seconds we set for the foreground execution. Okay. Normally we set the time 1200 divided by 1200 seconds divided by minutes, 60 seconds. So almost 20 minutes of the time we set. After the 20 minutes, you will get a timeout error. Your session will be logged off. So there is an error, you are going to get timeout error. So if that is the case, So we are going to run programs in the background mode. See, execute in the background mode. Let's take an example. Okay, so I execute this program in the background mode. See, so normally, suppose if the report, if I want to send it to the printer also, I give in a printer as well. Let's take an example of I have configured in a some printer HP LaserJet. Okay, if I have in my company, maybe definitely I will be having the printers, so I can print this report in the printer as well. If I click on OK, this will be print. This is does not exist, but normally we can print that LP01. I can take it. It's in a screen printer. Screen works like in a printer, so LP01 you need to take it. And okay, and also guys, background you can schedule it. Suppose monthly wise, if I want to execute this report, every month end I can do it, every weekend I can do it. That kind of things we can do, the background job scheduling guys. So maybe that also we can do. See, you can provide a date and you can provide a time, so that time automatically this program will be executed guys. So you can run the programs in the background, but now I am executing this program in a immediately. Same. See, a background job was scheduled. So this program is executing in background. So if you want to see the status of the background jobs, so that section is SM37 guys. So there are two things. So we can run the programs in the background. We can run the programs background to schedule the job, in background mode. The transaction is SM36 to check the status of the background job SM37. Just now I have executed the program. Now I come to the SM37 and I put in a job name as star and username. I executed the program in background. So I will get an SAP user and today's date. Next, you can see guys, this program which is executed in background, the status is finished, and the output you will see in the here guys, spool list. Okay, here you are going to see an output of this program, and double click on this and see, double click on this, you can see the output guys. See, so what kind of report it is it list or it is grid? It's a list guys. See, comes like in a list. It comes like a listing of the background job. It's not a grid actually. Grid comes as an columns. This is grid actually. Let's see, 38. Let's see, 38. ADZ9 star ALV star grid star F4. Yeah. So execute. This is an a grid. This is an a list. Even though this is a grid report, but when you execute in the background, you will not get an a grid guys. You are going to get a list report in the background mode guys. So the transaction to execute your programs in the background is SM37 36. To check the status of your background job, we are going to use an SM37 guys. So that's an a background jobs. And yesterday we have seen the program ALV program for the sales report. And guys, what I want is, let's take an example of yesterday we have seen see, this is the column positions we did in a column position, and also the fields which we want in the output, that also we have declared in the field catalog. and also the key fields which we have declared, also the description, field description we have declared. Now, I want the interactive ways. Suppose if I click on material number, it should go to the material displays. So MM03 is the transaction. So that kind of interaction I need to do from this code. So how can I do that? So if I want to do an interactiveness in the ALV, first let me enable the first hotspot. I will enable on this field first. Okay, for the material number, and also there is a customer number. For the two things I will enable an interactive option ways. So when I click on material, it should go to the material display MM03. If I click on the customer, it should go to the customer display XD03. So how we can do an interactiveness on the ALV report, that we are going to see now guys. And copy interactive one, copy this. So everything is field catalog guys. The remaining logic is same. So only the changes which we need to do is a field catalog. So I would like to enable an interactiveness on the material number field. So you know guys, so what is the hand symbol for just do an H control space. See, you can see the hotspot and which is equal to the X. That's it. And also one more field, customer number. I will go to the customer number. Here I am going to enable an control. See guys, whenever you have an additional fields, see this will be copied to this also. The hotspot will be copied to this also. So what we need to do? We need to clear this. Always the best practice is to avoid any errors. So from here there is no clear. So control V. Before filling it, do the clear. Okay, put a printer and activate.
Sir, you have written 2 times earlier. 2 times you have written previously.
Okay, one that's not. Anyway, if you clear, you will get a space. Again, if you clear space, we'll clear the space only. Okay, that's not a problem.
2 7.
That's not a problem. If you clear, the clear comes. Okay, so there is a dialogue. I think Balakrishna dialogue. Huh? Yeah. So this is my output. So execute 1000 10 0 0. Save the variant something test test. See guys, the interactiveness is enabled. When I put an hotspot, the link is enabled. Guys. See, if you see the underline, so there is an underline for this field material number, and also customer also you can see there is an underline. That means there is an interactiveness which is enabled on that field. So when I click this M01, it should go to the MM03 and it should display the material master details. Guys. That's what my requirement. So for this, what we need to do is simple. And so everything is guys in the ALV, everything is in a function module interfacing parameters. Okay, not touch code. So you need to use the function module interfacing parameters. See, there is a name. So what is the event which will be triggered whenever you click on something? User command. So And normally there is it's an headline selection, but here everything is in a user command actually. Okay, here you need to use a user command option and take the user command. So here you need to pass in a subroutine. Okay, so function model you need to, sorry, subroutine you need to define. So it's in a user underscore command. This is my subroutine. So you need to pass in a subroutine here. It works like a perform inside the function model. Subroutine works like here perform. So you need to declare a subroutine. So user command is not available. So declare a subroutine. Always subroutine should be defined in the last, right? So how to define a subroutine? Huh? Huh? Perform is calling, defining form. Form user underscore command and end form. And also whenever you do this, there are some interfacing parameters. Okay, some interfacing parameters. Okay, view type. So interfacing parameters, you have using parameters for the subroutines using ucom type sci ucom. So what is the, what you clicked on it and which button you clicked on it, you clicked on it, that you are going to get in the ucom. And also one more thing is the selection field, which is a type of slice underscore selection, uh, selection cell tab or cell fields, cell tab. I think this is the one, selection field, which you need to declare. The interactiveness you have to declare. So you clicked on something, and one field you clicked on it. So if you want to capture that clicked on field and clicked on field value, we are going to use this structure list. So type of the structure is list underscore cell field. This we must do it. So here I am going to put on a breakpoint. Let me see. So what values coming in, then I am going to do a coding and activate the program, activate it. So I have declared this and execute. So input the value and execute. So now I am clicking on M05. Let's take an example. Click on it. See, my debugger is triggering. So user command, the subroutine is triggered. So double click on this selection field. See, double click. See guys, so value and what value you clicked on it, M05, that is captured. And also the field name also it is captured. See, field name is MAT You clicked on the material number, that means, so selection field hyphen field name equal to MAT and call the transaction MM03. And suppose if you click on customer number, see, I'm going to click on the customer number 2130. Click on it. See now the field is, so 2130 the value. The field name is the KUNL. So if you want to capture the clicked on fields, clicked on field value, we are going to use a structure slice underscore cell field in the interactive reporting by using function module. So I am going to implement if selection field.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So where we are in the interactive. All right. So what you need to do is, so whenever you click on the field, the value will be available in the cell underscore field. So this is a type of this. Otherwise, you will not get it. You need to remember this selection field. So the type you should remember it. So selection field and hyphen field name, okay, which is equal to the MAT. Why? Because I can click on material, I can click on the customer number as well. Selection, okay, selection field, and I put field name equal to, if it is an equivalent, do the customer functionality. If it is in a material, do the material functionality. It's simple. If you call in a transaction, so the syntax is called transaction. Is very simple. So if you want to call any transaction via programming, we are going to use the transaction code. So it's at called transaction. So what is the transaction to call material, to display material? M03 and skip first screen. So skip the first screen. This is what we will do. So let's take an example of, here we can see MM03. See guys, this is my MM03. So in the MM03, actually I need to enter my material actually 05. Sorry, -05. Let's take an example. If you want to display this material, the first screen, you need to enter the material number and enter. So it will ask you the basic data 1 and basic data 2. So it goes to the display of your material. So it's the same thing if you want to achieve. Okay. So we have a concept called. So how do you pass whenever you call the transaction? How do you get that material number into this transaction? Okay, there is a concept called SAP global memory. Did I explain this? No. So we have a SAP global memory concept. SAP memory. This is it is a cross section cross transaction memory. It's in a cross session or it's in a cross transaction memory, guys. So whenever a material is created or whenever the material is used, so whenever you open a session, so the value will be stored in the SAP memory. Okay, so for that there are two statements, guys. So there is to do the SAP memory, there is a parameter ID, which is a very important, and which will be maintained at data element level. Okay, so we use the parameter ID to set the value in the global memory, to get the value from the global memory. To set the value in the global memory, we use syntax like this: set parameter ID, set parameter ID. The ID name is the parameter ID, guys. Let's take an example of what is the parameter ID for the material. If you want to get that, go to SC11 and go to Mara, is the database table, and go to here. So you know, right, Mara is the main table, table for the material master, and you know the data element is the MATNR. Double click on this and go to the further characteristics. Here you can see a parameter ID, guys. See, this parameter ID is MAT. So I am going to use that MAT. So you need to set the set parameter ID. So ID is MAT, and the field, what is the value which you need to set it. My value will be available in the, my selected value will be available in the cell field. I think value, yeah. So whenever you click on a material number, the field name will be stored in the selection field name, but the field value will be stored in the value. That's what we have seen in the debugging. So that selected value I am setting in the global memory. I am setting in the global memory. Whenever you call the transaction, automatically the value will be filled in this transaction list. Okay, so save and activate. Edit. What is the error? Okay, so you need to write and huh? We'll implement. First, we'll see this, then later we'll implement the Kunar. Okay, first I will check this, put in a break and execute. First, we'll test the material functionality, then we'll go to the customer functionality. See, I'm going to click on M05. Okay, click on it. It goes here. See, selection field is the MATNR. If it is an MATNR, what value you clicked on it? M05. So I'm setting the value in the SAP global memory, guys, by using set parameter ID. So this value will be available in the globally, and whenever I call this transaction automatically, see guys, M05 automatically it is setting on the transaction. So basic data 1 and basic data 2 to see the material. I can display, see, I'm displaying the transaction from the ALV report. So this is an interactive option. So first list, I have a summarized data. See, when I click on the material, so it is going to give the details about the material information. See, so the transaction, total transaction it is displaying, the material transaction is displaying. So this is an interactiveness, okay, in the by using function module. And same way, if I click on the customer, here is the customer, see. So maybe this is the customer, see. And I click on field name, so this is a customer, the customer number is 1171. So whenever it is, you need to go to this functionality because it doesn't trigger. Why? Because this is only for the material number. I need to write a logic for the customer. So execute and come back, come back. And when it is now, it is in a KU, and then so same. So now I need to find out the parameter ID for the customer number. So go to the table. What is the table for the customer master? KN K1 is the master table. Yesterday only we have seen in this report only. KN1 is the customer master. Click on the customer number and see guys, parameter ID is the kun. So you need to use the kun. So set parameter, set parameter ID kun and field value. So cell field, okay, hyphen and call transaction. It's an XD03. It's customer transaction display is the XD03 and skip first screen. I don't want the first screen. It's pretty printer. Do the things. It's pretty printer. Now execute the transaction. Execute next screen. See, I'm going to click on the customer number 1171 41460. Double click and see guys, field name which is an Ekunar. If it is an Ekunar, it goes to the else if, and I am setting the parameter ID in the kun. So I am going to call XD03 and what happened? Yeah, see guys, customer 1460. This is a customer screen, customer master screen. It goes to the customer master display guys, XD03. So this time two ways the interactiveness we can do on a selection screen. Sorry, on the output. But now my requirement is now it's in a single selection, guys. But I would like to do in a multiple selection. How can I do that? I would like to do any multiple selections. I need to do it. So if you want to do any multiple selection, we have to use the checkboxes. So how can you do the checkbox? Simple. Come back. This is my output. Add a field for the checkbox. Checkbox CHK so X and type C. Only one character type C. Right? Yeah, comma. I added the checkbox field in the internal table, and I need to build a field catalog for the checkbox as well. So build the field catalog for the checkbox. So wow, see this is the problem, guys. Suppose always the checkbox should be Control C. Always the box should be here. It's so we'll do this. If I do this in the last, what will happen? I think sometime back Vikas asked you this. So maybe I put in a checkbox in the final. Control V. Position is 90 and the field is checkbox CHK DOX and that's a choose. So I can say it's choose. Okay, I put a key. Don't put it as a key. And this field should be like in a checkbox. GS underscore field cat and hyphen. There is a checkbox. See, you need to pass an X. This field works like in a checkbox. Okay, now I am going to execute this report. Execute. So leave about the debugger. See guys, the checkbox comes in the final, but nobody will put the checkbox in the final, guys. Always the checkbox should be in the front. So this is the problem. See, so if I do a checkbox here, it's not good. You need to go to here and you need to start from here. Yes, Control V. Now I need to change all the sequence case. That's the problem. Two and three. So this is the problem, guys. So to avoid this problem, we have one more technique called automatically get a field catalog. Okay, 6. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17. That's it. Okay, I take the checkbox into the front. Execute and execute. So this is the use of the variant. We can get in a checkbox into the front. See, so checkbox comes into the front. But can you select this? Can you select this? So it is in a disabled mode, guys. So you need to give an edit functionality for this. If you want to select this, so you must give an edit option. So even that is also there. Everything field catalog only, guys. If you want to do something in the ALV, so nothing. Simple ALV, the field catalog parameters you need to use it. So come here and gs underscore field cat and hyphen. See guys, edit e. See there is an edit. Okay, not edit mask, guys. You should use an edit. Okay, that's it. So take this. See guys, there is an editable. So I can select this, I can select this, I can select this, I can select this. And also guys, what I need to do, when I select this, but how do you go to the next list? How do you go to, maybe I'm selecting the sales order. For these orders, I need to see the deliveries. I need to I need to see the invoice details. So if I want to go to that, definitely you need to have a push button, right? So you cannot go the direct action. So whenever you do a multiple selection, you must go with the push button. Even email also, whenever you want to delete an emails, you will select the delete checkboxes. Then you need to click on the delete option. So in the same way here also the functionality. If you want to do something, so select this, you need to click on a push button. But how to design a push button? That we'll see in the tomorrow's class. My voice is not supporting today, so tomorrow we'll see the push buttons, how to design the push buttons in the ALV, and also we'll see how to get a field catalog automatically. That also we'll see in the tomorrow. Okay, little big programs these are. So practice these, and with the other functionality like take the purchase option, EKKO and EKPO. There also you are going to get material and as well as the vendor. Vendor is the for the purchase orders. So do the same functionality over with the purchasing option as well. Okay, so that's it for the day. Tomorrow we'll see automatically getting the field catalog and also edit option, how we can capture the edited values on an ALV report piece. So that we will see in the tomorrow's class, and also the push button design also we are going to see in that class. That's it. Thank you. See you tomorrow.